Merry meet, everyone. Sapphire here, your occultorium historian, and boy, have I been busy. Thank you so much for keeping watch on the channel, liking videos, subscribing, checking me out over on Patreon. I know I've been a little quiet for the past month or so, August and September mostly, but I have been extremely busy. So, for starters, I am going through my master's program. I have 3 classes to go. I graduate here soon in the spring. Also, I just wrapped up my internship that I had over the summer with Pacific Atrocities Education. So, the big reason that I have not been posting a lot of videos here on this channel is because I have been doing a lot of these. I've been doing a lot of videos, blog posts, and yes, I even wrote a book. It is set to release November 15th through Amazon. There's a link down in the description below for you. I don't get any of the profits from this. I have not really made many money from this. It's just been through internship, love of education. So if you buy a book, all proceeds go towards the nonprofit. I don't think I see anything from it. So I just wrote this for my internship. They own the property. But I really want you guys to go check it out. I don't really plan on making a video on this channel on the topic in particular, only because it's not necessarily the niche that we have here on this channel. But if you want me to cover Unit 731 and the atrocities that took place at Shinagawa and the Kyushu Imperial University, I can cover it, but I will most definitely have to give you guys a content warning on the information. It was a pretty brutal research project for me, and that's kind of why I went a little dark, especially in September. September, I wrapped up. We've got it all edited. It's pretty much done. It's just waiting for publication. But in September, I flew out to California to be part of this wonderful conference that took place in San Francisco with Pacific Atrocities Education. And I had a great time. Wonderful people, wonderful organization. I support their work 100%, and I really hope that you guys do as well. I've had a great time working with them, and I hope to continue working with them through volunteer work or whatever they need me to do. Next project. On to the next thing. I have just wrapped up proofreading and the first round of edits to my first official occultorium historian publication that will be coming out this December. I've been working on this for about 2 years now. I poured pretty much my entire bachelor's project into this, and then once I graduated with my bachelor's, I then started, kind of filling it out with more higher education leveled work. I am going through right now and I am adding the final touches, and that should release in December. So I have 2 publications coming out here soon, November 15th and sometime in December. I will have my next 2 publications out, which I am really excited for. With me graduating here in the spring, I do plan on formalizing my next piece that is going to be a continuation of what's going to be coming out in December. I am going to be looking for funding and granting and that sort of thing to then go out into the field and create a research valuable piece to follow up on my theoretical historian armchair academic research that I did. So here I go, on to the next step of being a historian, fieldwork. Today, though, after all of this is said and done, I wanted to bring something pretty fun, pretty lighthearted to you all, a bit of an exploration in my favorite part of being a historian, and that is lost, stolen, and black market goods that are taken from museums and found somewhere else in the world, randomly. Always in the randomest places. I was scrolling through my phone the other day and I came across this amazingly wonderful piece of news from the KGW 8 News. And it is simply titled Ancient Roman Tombstone Unearthed in New Orleans Backyard Sparks Global Mystery. All of that is my tea. So I'm going to read this article to you, and maybe we can have some fun with it today. A second century marble marker, missing since World War II, resurfaces in New Orleans, launching an international investigation and a journey back to Italy. This is written by Meg Ferris and published through KGW 8 News. New Orleans. There is a mystery that archaeologists and anthropologists are trying to solve. That mystery starts with a find in a backyard of a local home and will soon end in a city about an hour north of Rome. That is a huge distance. How in the world did something nearly 2,000 years old get from the other side of the world into the backyard garden of a shotgun in the Riverbend? Last spring, apparently, Dr. Daniela Santoro and her husband were pulling up 6 years of overgrown vines. Dr. Santoro says her husband called her saying that he had found a really neat and interesting stone. And not in a million years did she think that it would actually be something authentic. Now, there is a layer to this story that I find my suspicious brain gets a little tingle when I read this section of the article, because we come to find out that Dr. Daniela Santoro is actually an anthropologist and teaches in Tulane. She got the help of an archaeologist by the name of Dr. Ryan Gray, and also with the help of classical studies expert Dr. Suzanne Luznia. Luznia. Apparently, through the research that these doctors had done, they found out that this piece that was found randomly in a backyard just so happened to be a long lost relic that had been lost during World War II, 1943 to be exact. So they researched and combed databases after databases and found that the tombstone had been missing from a museum in Italy since it was bombed in World War II. So they did a little bit more digging through the archives, especially throughout this museum in this area, and they found out that this is a marker for a member of the Roman Imperial Navy from the 2nd century. That's around 100 AD. They wrote to the museum telling them that they found this mysterious piece and what they think it is, and the museum wrote back. And through confirmations, they have announced that this is exactly what the doctors think it is. This is the lost tombstone of a Roman soldier from Rome, all the way in New Orleans. So the internet is slowly going abuzz for this. Holy crap. How, like, they don't know the full story of how it managed to get into the backyard. I would love to do some more digging, or to see if somebody else does some digging, to see if maybe there could be a possible connection with the doctor and the do they have anybody that was in the war? How long have they lived in this house? Why did they renovate their backyard? Like, I want to know every single little gritty detail. And I said that the skeptic brain in me, a cultural anthropologist suddenly discovers that she has a long lost artifact just chilling in her backyard. Now, I'm not saying it's fake, which would be even more wild if it comes out that it's fake. But we do see a long line and a long history trend of doctors and anthropologists and historians and researchers and people who are renowned in the academic field. They create forgeries because they want to be notary. They want the notoriety that comes with discovering this long lost thing. I'm not saying it's fake, but the little skeptical side of me is like, okay, let's keep an eye on this. Let's see where this is going. Because I'm really curious and I'm really interested to see the backstory to everything. How did they find it? Like, how the heck could it have gotten that far? Like, did her family bring it with them from Italy? Like, is she from Italy? Like, what's going on? I have so many questions, and I think a lot of people do too, because my Reddit has been going off with this story. But I wanted to bring this story to you guys to mull over. What do you think? How do you think this 2,000-year-old Roman artifact left a bombed museum and found its way in the backyard of some anthropologist doctor in New Orleans, of all places in the world? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. With that, though, that is my time that I'm conceding to you all. I just wanted to come in and just have a little lighthearted moment, make some fun announcements, talk about some updates. This has been the archive updates for October 2025, I guess. But I will be coming to you all with a video shortly. I definitely want to get one out before Halloween. This is my favorite time of year. I love fall. I love October. I love being able to go out and adventure. So I'm hoping very much that I can have something special for you guys before the end of the month. Until then, stay curious.